Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi, Nana, Lee, Lisa, Debbie, Rodney, Tia, Vinny, Susan, Teresa, Wanda. How you guys all doing tonight? I know there's a lot more people here. Those are people that said hi so far. Yeah, the world is pretty much on fire right now. Pelosi's a freaking idiot. I don't know if anybody's paying attention. But of course, her wanting to go to Taiwan is going to cause a world war. And that's what they're pushing at this point. It looks like we're actually trying to get back to a world war. Literally, if you haven't seen what's going on, Pentagon is now saying they're going to send fighter jets along with, of course, aircraft carriers to go along with her and ships. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous to see this happening. Every time I turn around, it's something new because Pelosi wants to visit Taiwan. Of course, China has directly warned us about this. Directly. And the reason China is doing this is because Taiwan is part of their country. We agreed upon that. But we're going to send a U.S. representative to Taiwan to defend them? Yeah, China. I imagine China's going to try to shoot down their plane, and we are going to end up at war. I think this is a definite plan to get us into war. Because her tentative planning to travel to Taiwan in August nobody's letting up on it. It's ridiculous. So we can't hope for the worst. All we can say is we hope she doesn't get blown out of the sky. But it's ridiculous, literally. Nancy Pelosi knows what she's doing. The president, of course, is against it. DOD is against it. Everybody is against her going, but she's going to go. That's her plan. The Pentagon, of course, is preparing to send fighter jets and warships to protect Nancy Pelosi if she visits Taiwan. Amidst China's threats to take military action if she goes. Citing unnamed U.S. official, the Department of Defense has developing a security plan to keep Pelosi safe should her trip to Taiwan in August go ahead. So basically, yeah. No, China wouldn't have to attack us, We just end up that way because China would attack that plane, which they would have every right to, because it's entering their airspace. But officials are saying the plans are likely involved sending fighter jets, ships, and surveillance assets to protect her on her flight to and out of Taiwan, as well on the grounds. So if we put foreign troops, if we put our troops on Chinese soil, which Taiwan is Chinese soil, we enter our security assets into Taiwan's soil on their ground, we are violating the treaty we have with China. It would directly violate everything, and it would seriously harm the sovereignty and territorial integrity of China. Or so China has to do is there have to do a serious retaliation. Or they could just call in the U.S. debt. It's ridiculous. This shouldn't even be talked about right now. Pelosi, of course, canceled her trip to Taiwan in April because she tested positive coronavirus. And then now the tentative trip for August hasn't been confirmed, but she's not dismissing it for sure. She's basically saying as a security matter, she's not going to talk about it. So it means she's going. That means she is going, dragging us along with her. Of course, China's long claimed that Taiwan is part of their mainland, which it was. Literally when the people of Taiwan split off, it was because they just want a different government, so they allowed it as long as it was still part of China. And now they're trying to basically claim their own independence, which we can't stand for because we already agreed with China that one China policy, and we agreed upon it. Democratic Party just doesn't care anymore. They don't care what it could do. Of course, Nancy Pelosi's husband, in the midst of all the questioning of why he bought up all the NIT and Medeva stock, He just dumped it all right before Congress is set to pass the CHIPS Plus bill, which he should have never been in the first place. Here's the thing. Insider trading is insider trading. And if the Speaker of the House, her husband, is using inside information from her to make stock trades, he should be in prison for insider trading, and so should she. I mean, you're talking $25,000 or 25,000 shares. That's $5 million in shares. $5 million in shares. Paul bought. He's had to sell off at a loss. Good. The Trade Commission comes to Congress as they set to pass the $54 billion bill to bolster U.S. chip manufacturing. Yeah, he had to dump it. Otherwise, but he should, either way, he should have got called out for insider trading. Because he is the husband of the Speaker of the House, and he bought that stock well before the bill was even announced. He knew what was happening. He knew it was going to go through. It is ridiculous. And this under mandatory congressional financial disclosures that are filed by the Speaker, that are filed by every member of Congress, I mean, they don't require exact trades. They require the value of their trades on a broad range, not direct value. But this is ridiculous. This is how you get these congressmen and women that get up there and they take a job and they keep sitting there for life. And at the same time, they're trying to pass a bill, which is going to piss me off, to limit the term that Supreme Court justices can sit in office. But at the same time, they're not going to limit their own term limit. They're not going to have term limits on Congress or the House. So the House and Senate are going to sit there with no term limits and put a term limit on the freaking Supreme Court that you're supposed to serve for life. That's what was written that way, so people could not be prosecuted afterwards. Pelosi should be facing a lot of questions and a lot of criticism over the timing of Paul's trading and investing in stocks. Not just this isn't the first time. It's not the first time. I mean, you can't go and call and buy 25,000 shares of something knowing that there's going to be a bill coming out about it. Yeah. They're thieves. They trade on inside information. They know where the money's going to be going. They know who's going to get the federal grants and whose stock price is going to jump because of it. And Congress should be considering banning all trades of stock. If you're a member of Congress, you should not be open to the free market economy. You should not be able to trade stocks. Your spouse should not be able to. Your children should not be able to. Shouldn't be allowed to buy, sell, or hold any individual stock at all. Let's be honest, at all. It's just a way to stir up the pot and get money on the back end. And they know they're doing it. But the Supreme Court thing, I think, is a freaking joke. You're going to put term limits on the Supreme Court, but you're not going to put term limits on your House members and your Senate members? How is that possible? Term limits, term limits, term limits. But on the Supreme Court, which, like I said, we're on fire here in the U.S. Burn it away. I mean, if you look at the insider trading or insider collective information, many of the congressmen and insider found in late 2021 that the speaker is ranked the 14th of the wealthiest members of Congress, with the estimated net worth of $46 million. $46 million, and she's only number 14. There's people that are richer than her doing the same thing. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So she plans on going to Taiwan, causing us to get in a war there. She wants to limit terms on Supreme Court justices now Her husband's involved in insider trading. She's involved in it too. Come on. What else is she doing? Oh, wait. Everything and anything to mess up the votes this year. We're already expecting a drought, or we already have a drought going on. We already have a war going on that we're not technically fighting. Ukraine, of course, Zelensky today saying, if you don't want America, he's bitching at Americans saying, if you don't want your money going here, tough, we need it, basically. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And that bill that was only going to be that small amount now is $280 billion bill to boost U.S. chip manufacturing technologies. The Senate approved it 14 minutes ago. It officially got approved by the Senate. She's going to Taiwan just to start a war at this point. There's nothing else about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's not like she's going there to be nice or have fun. It's sad. Other news, though, miners discovered a 170-carat pink diamond, believed to be the largest found ever today. That's pretty cool. And the feds, of course, raised the interest rate another 0.75 of a percentage point, which is not good for anybody, especially Americans that don't own their homes or renting or using credit cards to pay bills because they don't have the income right now, or having to buy food on the arm, which is on credit. Interest ranges now are going well above what we were even projecting. As the feds keep raising rates to try to curb inflation, it is not helping. Inflation is not signaling it's going away anytime soon. We see prices going up. We have farmers speaking out about it. We have farmers not just in the wheat and dairy or wheat and crop industry, but we have beef farmers having to sell off massive amounts of cattle because of the drought. They don't have the feed to keep these cattle going, causing a massive sell-off right now, which is not going to have the meat here come winter. We're not going to have the beef or the pork at this point. Tough times are ahead. And farmers are saying it. It's not just me at this point. Inflation rates are out of control, and they're outpacing most of the rest of the world. A couple key countries, of course, that are outpacing us, but yeah, beef prices are going to drop, and then they're going to skyrocket. They're going to skyrocket after they drop. That's the thing. Every time we turn around, we got another recall on food, from baked goods to even meat, produce. Ridiculous. I believe it, Teresa. I believe it. It's sad. But crypto is soaring today. If you're investing in crypto, I know you guys probably made a nice bit of money today. I know I did. Luckily, now Wendy's can actually say, where's the beef, right? They got enough beef with themselves. Of course, this Fed hike is a trap. It's going to kill investors and investments. We're watching this raise of rates cripple the market today. One thing after another. Sad times ahead. That's all I can say. See, the difference is, Jeff, under Carter, interest rates were 19 to 21%, but the average house only costs 5 years of your income. So if you made $30,000, most average income's around $36,000 today. So you could buy for a family of four, a house that was plenty of space for them for 5 years with your income. Now you can no longer do that. You can't even buy a car for that half the time. A decent, car that's going to last. Between electric and water and power and everything else, you can't afford it. Can't afford it. Always on fire here. Always on fire. Sorry, guys, I'm not talking normally, like I normally do. I chipped my tooth this morning. I cut up my tongue on the side really bad. I ground back down the tooth, but it still hurts like I don't even know how to say it. It hurts. Lots of stuff happening, and it's happening quick. You guys want to call in? Be more than happy to take calls tonight. Pelosi's a big issue. What do you think on Pelosi, and what do you think is going to happen about it next? Do you think she's going to go on the trip? You think she's going to go on her trip to Taiwan and set off World War? Or not? The big question. Rents are going to skyrocket too, yeah, because people's mortgage rates, they're on a variable rate mortgage. Most people that invest in housing do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1 year for a cheap home, it was 1 year income. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a Mega Million ticket for it's over $1 billion. If I win, share the wealth. Land on Gilligan's Island. That would just be too great. We got to land on Gilligan's Island. We don't need her back here, that's for sure. We don't need her heading to Taiwan because we don't need a world war. So Gilligan's Island would be perfect for her. It was more of those little bottles. Dumb enough to do it is for sure. It's sad. It's sad though watching what's happening in America though. I don't know how else to explain it other than sad. We can hope for the best. We can hope we get out of this and work through it together. Doesn't look like we're going to. We can always hope. We definitely appreciate you guys' support here. Anybody that is able to support the stream, we understand a lot of people are not. And we understand people don't have any money right now, especially extra money. But if you can, please do. We desperately need it to help people in need and, of course, to keep the channel going at this point. I mean, we haven't even been raising enough to do that at this point. But God bless you guys. I'm going to be back, of course. What's the night? Wednesday. So I'll be back Friday night. Hard times ahead. But God bless you guys. I will see you tomorrow or Friday night. Keep saying tomorrow. Be safe. Stay strong. And pray Pelosi does not go to Taiwan. I mean, this is going to be a disaster. When?